know if you feel like you're a victim of gaslighting right now. And if you are, what does it look like in your life? What of these examples are you dealing with right now? Welcome to the Victim to Warrior Show.
Warrior Talk. We're John and Melissa, and we are survivors of narcissistic abuse, and our mission is to help other survivors reclaim and rebuild their lives.
In this podcast, we're going to talk about an important topic called gaslighting. What is gaslighting? What does it look like if it's happening to you? And if it is happening to you, how do you combat it?
Well, gaslighting is a psychological manipulation where the abuser or gaslighter is causing you to doubt your memories, your reality, your sense of well-being, and whether or not events actually happened. Now, this document explains it in detail. We're going to put this in the link below, so make sure you grab a free copy so you understand exactly what we're talking about.
Right. So let's talk about that. We've talked about, what is it, but what does it look like, more importantly, so we can digest if this is actually happening in our lives?
And it could be in your personal relationship with your significant other, your spouse. It could be in the workplace, or it could be with a toxic friend.
Right.
Now, here are some of the signs that you need to be aware of. Denial of the facts. The gaslighter denies the events ever even occurred. How many of us have been through that?
Yeah, I know that happened to you quite a bit.
Oh my God. And I did doubt my own sanity. And I was questioning whether I remember correctly. This is a very harmful manipulation tactic. If it goes on long enough, that is exactly how you will start feeling. Like you're always confused, you're always in the wrong, you're starting to doubt whether you have memory issues, things like that. Twisting the truth.
Oh, yeah.
Always twist it. And it always seems to twist back to you being the one at fault, or you being the one making up things or exaggerating, minimizing your feelings. Basically, they don't even acknowledge how it makes you feel. No one can tell you how you are feeling, but a gaslighter will absolutely try that tactic on you. They'll withhold information from you, only give you bits and pieces about what actually occurred or what you know occurred, but they want you to think you're confused.
Right.
And maybe you missed some of the important details about what happened. They use others against you. This is also called triangulation, where they get other people to basically question you as well, because they've already had a conversation with this other person and they filled in their side of the story. And then when they bring this person in, that person already knows what the gaslighter told them. So then you do start stumbling over things because this other person's also questioning your sanity or your reality. They create confusion. All of these things do. Excessive criticism. When somebody criticizes you for your feelings, what you believe happened, what you remember happened, they start subjecting you to lack of confidence. So you're not assertive enough to stand up for yourself. That is a way that they can beat you down and further confuse you.
Well, it chips away at your self-esteem.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's definite. They sabotage your credibility. When they question things in front of others and you start trying to defend it, anyone that becomes excessively defensive, which they make us become that way, all of a sudden becomes the one people start doubting. And then you just stop defending yourself. And that's a way the gaslighter can say, see, told you. This happens a lot in counseling. Oh my gosh.
Right. So let's talk about this quickly. So we've gone through some examples of what gaslighting is, but to help you even further understand and actually see gaslighting happen, we did a whole series on gaslighting.
Right.
Now you can find this on our TikTok channel, called Unmasking Gaslighting. And I'm going to put the link in the description below also, so you can click on that and see those videos. It's examples being portrayed for you so that it can really help you understand, yes, that's what I'm dealing with, or that seems really familiar.
Yeah.
And so we'll want to show you those. So before we move on to combating gaslighting, if you would, in the comments below, I want your involvement here. Let us know if you feel like you're a victim of gaslighting right now. And if you are, what does it look like in your life? What of these examples are you dealing with right now? So I think that's really, really important. So to just, instead of holding it inside, is go ahead and share with us the gaslighting that you're experiencing in your life right now.
Yeah, and it's very damaging to your well-being, especially when it occurs for a long period of time. So this is not something that you want to let go. You want to understand it, recognize it, and then use some of these tactics to combat it, like John said.
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
Okay.
So if it's going on in your life right now, like Melissa said, whether it's with a spouse, significant other, in the workplace,
Yeah.
a toxic friend, let's talk about ways to combat gaslighting, because there's several of them and they really work.
Yes, one of the ones that helped me tremendously was journaling.
Right.
And this is the actual journal that I use. It's called My Daily Wellness Journal, and we'll also put the link to that. This is an amazing tool. It helps you trust your reality and your perception. Writing things down, especially when you are in that combative situation where you're trying to defend your position and it's in some type of event that they're totally denying that it ever happened, exaggerating, pushing it back on you. When that happens, not arguing with them is the best way. You're just being assertive on your reality, what you believe happened. They're never going to accept that. They're never going to acknowledge it. But go back and write it down. I had years of these, and it really helped me to understand my truth, because that's all that matters,
Yeah. Yeah.
is what you know happened. They're not going to allow you to have that reality with them, but you can with your journal. Your journal is not going to argue back with you.
Right. You know, the great thing about the journal and writing your truths down are, when you're being gaslight, all you have to do is go back to your journal and know that's not what happened. Now, it's you don't have to argue about it.
Nope.
Because you're not going to win that argument with a narcissist. But at least you know, for your own self-esteem and strength,
Sanity.
and sanity, exactly, that this is what the truth is. Now, for men, I love this journal. That's called Self-Mastery. And this is really, this is the journal I use. And so Melissa has My Daily Wellness Journal. I help Self-Mastery. This is what I use every day. We'll put the links to both of these in the description below so you can access those.
Journaling has such amazing tools with it, because when you write something down, your brain actually recognizes what you're writing down. So that whirl of confusion that the gaslighter puts you in, when you actually write down the truth, your brain is recognizing it. It will help you defend your position.
Right, right.
Seeking validation, talking to trusted family and friends or a coach helps you relay what you're feeling, because your abuser doesn't care about your feelings. All they want to do is keep you off balance. You're easier to control that way.
Now, make sure you, Melissa used the word trusted
Yeah,
friend.
not a flying.
Not a flying monkey. We want to make sure this is someone that you really, really trust and care that you can relay your feelings to them, and then they, in return, can give you back information.
Yes, and validate that.
And validate, right.
What you're experiencing is not something in your head. You are actually feeling these things. So having somebody that you trust to bounce things off of is crucial. Setting boundaries. Don't continue to argue with them. You can end that conversation by, you know what, we can continue this conversation when I feel respected, and just walk away. They may yell and scream and do whatever they want to, but you have shut that down. You have closed the door of having to defend your position or defend your feelings. They're your feelings.
Right.
You don't have to defend them. So setting boundaries. Avoid arguing over the facts. It doesn't matter if you even have, I had videos. I'm like, this is seeing right here that you would be like, well, you started that video after the conversation started, so you missed all of this. So no, that doesn't prove anything. It would make me so mad.
Yeah.
I was like arguing with myself.
It's an argument that you will never win.
Oh my God, isn't that the truth? Educate yourself, learning about gaslighting,
Nice.
understanding it. It is so toxic. It is so bad for your well-being. Make sure you grab a free copy of
Again,
this.
we're going to put this below, so just please click on this and download it for yourself.
Absolutely. Building self-esteem. building self-esteem can happen in your journal, writing things down, going back and reading. I go back and read my journal, especially when John and I are shooting some of these skits that are really triggering for both of us. I'll go back and read my journal from years ago. I can't even believe that was my life back then. And journaling actually saved my life. I'll tell you that right now.
Right, and one other thing too, if you haven't yet, take our free masterclass. Oh gosh, yeah, what a great way to give you some tools to use to rebuild your strength if it's been chipped away.
Oh, yeah.
To kind of rebuild your strength and you're journaling with your truth.
Oh my gosh. That alone will help you gain your confidence back.
Yeah. So we'll put the link to the free masterclass below also.
Yeah, very, very educational. Limit your interaction. I know you guys have heard us talk about gray rocking. The gray rock method, we have a whole series on that. We've got,
Actually, I have a podcast.
we have a podcast on it. Grab a freebie there as well if you haven't watched that podcast. But limiting your interaction with a gaslighter, especially when you are trying to relay something to them and they are just spinning it, it's better to back away and talk to somebody that you trust. And that's like even seeking professional help. I mean, we coach people all the time who are experiencing traumatic gaslighting from somebody that they thought they could trust and love, and they obviously the abuser doesn't have any of those emotions to give to you. They'll just take them from you. So we'll put both of our links below. We'd love to be able to help you with that.
Yeah, Melissa's amazing. She has so many clients that she's helped with this exact same thing, and we're going to put a discount code alongside her link as well to receive $25 off your call. So if you're struggling with gaslighting, please book a call with Melissa. She can really help you through that. And one thing before we end, I want to talk about, you were talking about the gray rock method. We always say it's impossible to argue with a rock. You think about a rock, you can't argue with it.
You should try, but
you can try, but it doesn't respond. So if you're in the middle of this gaslighting situation, gray rock is a great way to just shut it down.
Yep.
And walk away and just journal. Write down what actually happened so that you have that.
Yeah,
truth.
get your thoughts back up. Collect your thoughts. Collect your reality. And you'll feel so much better about it because you're never going to win that argument, like John said. So it's not even worth your energy to try. It just steals your energy. It steals your self-esteem. It steals your confidence. So using these tools will definitely help you combat it. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. If you like this video, we thank all of you so much for following us. And we're so happy that we're here to be able to help you through these difficult phases of a narcissistic abusive journey. So thank you again. And we look forward to seeing you on our next podcast.